wants from him in this fight against Chocolatito.
The better off for him.
Really interesting matchup of footwork. Really good at cutting off the ring, not just following his opponent, but the ropes, the corner.
Working good punching power too, man.
And naturally talented. Chocolatito applying pressure. He's a fighter like who can apply pressure without because his footwork is so good. He's constantly in a position to hit his opponent. That he frequently achieves a successful offensive position, forcing.
And that's what he's doing right now. He's making Cuadras burn a lot of energy off, keeping that pressure on. Get him fight when he does not make you uncomfortable in the rings. Chocolatito has that I've ever seen. He cuts the by Cuadras.
A little bit more energetic pressure in the first round. I think he understands the challenge.
Got to get in the fight because if Cuadras
and yet was not able to fireworks, but both impressive, particularly in their positioning and still Chocolatito can make it turn out.
What happened with Cuadras last round? He did everything he wanted to do. He kept a better foot position, and he's made Cuadras burn a lot of under right now.
Chocolatito is almost running at Cuadras right now. Chocolatito doesn't seem very worried about return, and Cuadras can punch.
Yeah, but we don't know those 26 guys. We know who's in front of right now.
Chocolatito.
Exactly. Oh, good hook by Cuadras, though.
Yep.
Good right hand by
Roman, Chocolatito, Gonzalez, and continues to apply. I'm not used to seeing him apply this kind of almost frantic pressure. Sometimes a few rounds.
Sparred with him before. He knows him. He knows he will get to it. So
also,
he came out of
Tito fights nothing but high. And McWilliams Arroyo is no different. But I think Chocolatito understands that what he did against Arroyo is not good enough against Cuadras. Most of the rounds, he won a decision. And he didn't look like the normal Chocolatito that we're used to seeing. Tonight, he looks like he's on a mission.
Well, he got to break Cuadras' will. Not let Cuadras ever feel like he's in the field. Cuadras can become a problem with the matter of self-confidence that he has. Good left uppercut and body shot.
Chocolatito, I hope people can see this. The way he rolls punches off his shoulder, he throws both hands. Who's working Cuadras' corner. Chocolatito presents. Tito, as more than one observer has felt. And there, Cuadras landed a really nice right hand, Royce.
Yeah, but you can't hit him. We saw Brian Valoria almost drop him with a body shot, and it changed nothing. He just didn't throw a few more aggressive attitude up.
Rudy Hernandez has also said that he was one of the most respected and beloved champions in the history of boxing. He believes Gonzalez is already the greatest Nicaraguan fighter who ever lived. Do you think he's there yet?
Guerrero took his time out, and then along with the things he picked up, I mean, 1978 are not as good as 2008 Camaros. You have to, so if he's not better than Guerrero, then there's something wrong with him.
Well, he's like a 2000 truck tonight.
Exactly, a 2016 version of Alexis Aguero.
I don't know if I agree with that yet, but Chocolatito's getting there. I mean, here, as usual, he is taking a tremendous fighter in the division and he's turning Cuadras into every other opponent he's fought. That is a guy who already, as much as good work as he's doing, and it's only the third.
Take apart a lot of guys, and I see his footwork, and I see him cut the ring off, but this kid is something far more remarkable footwork-wise than I think Aguero has ever. Aguero possesses too.
Chocolatito's fought very good opposition, but Arguello could be given problems by movers. That doesn't appear to be the case with Chocolatito.
A great fighter that takes nothing away from Aguero, but Aguero would be mad if we didn't think his pupil had true progress in teaching the man how to fight.
Harold Letterman, how do you have it after 3?
Okay, Max, I've got a 3-0, 30-27. You know, he puts on pressure. Chocolatito landing the hardest shots, putting on the pressure, doing more damage. I love those high top choosing Chocolatito.
Cuadras, self-possessed fighter, super confident, really talented in the heavier division, undefeated. And
Cuadras is doing better this round.
that can be disheartening against Roman Gonzalez, Roy, because you do some good early work, and then he's on you, just like this.
Yes.
Cuadras called him out after his last fight. Careful what you wish for. The effects are so obvious as soon as it lands. It reminds me of Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. The way he can throw it as at the end of a 1-2. It's so accurate and effective.
Can throw it anytime he gets ready, just like that.
Yes, he is.
And Chocolatito needs to the pounds just coming in without defense like this.
You're right. Chocolatito's left. Well, Chocolatito can be. He bends at the waist a little more, even in a pound-for-pound sense, I guess. But when you're you are going to hit some, and he got hit just then.
Good uppercut by Cuadras.
As usual in this fight, is doing more of the hitting. He's landing more. He's landing at a higher ending, the better shot.
And he's mentally wearing Cuadras down.
When you do great work and it doesn't seem to matter.
Cuadras is still in the fight. Here's the right hand, I think, put that mark under the eye of Chocolatito. That straight right there. He walked right into it without defense. Then he comes back with his own counter right hand after that, which was probably a little bit more.
Is because if you throw it more traditional, throw it almost like a jab.
You better.
Since the end of the third round, to my eye at least. Good left.
We don't see any damage. This has to be a confidence booster for him.
Roy switching his feet to land the left hand by Cuadras.
Yeah, he's a very good. Oh, whoa! Good body shot.
Body shot. Of course, he was stopped later in Valoria's career.
Oh, good shot.
Good left hook upstairs by Cuadras. So Chocolatito and goes right back on the attack.
Now Cuadras being Cuadras.
He's the Cuadras, feeds off his own success, but Chocolatito's not any of that, just goes right back on the attack. He's a machine.
Good combination by Cuadras.
It was, although Chocolatito in the middle of that combination.
Shots.
I think I'd have rather been Roman Gonzalez there, Roy. Under the left, that Cuadras is. Good right hand by the challenge, searching for his belt, a belt of one kind or another in his fourth weight division.
Good butt.
The left hand by Chocolatito. And Cuadras flurries. Cuadras has had his best.
Cuadras had a really good round. Chocolatito does things like this. This sneak straight right hand, boom, right over the top, and it has to be a confidence breaker. Because right when you think things are going...
Never get a 10-8 round. My sense has been Chocolatito's been dominant so far. To be a scorecard. You're looking at Harold Letterman's there, gave off, making this a close fight on some cards.
See that?
Yep, Cuadras is not discouraged. Some relentless onslaught. The relentless and accurate onslaught of his not so ready to give up his belt.
Not at all.
A mouse under the left eye. I think there's
something he's not used to for sure.
Gonzalez fares over the Sec Pro fights, all wins, but he's been in against some excellent fighters, 29 years old. In this weight area, fighters tend to age earlier than in heavier weights. He's 29 years old, 45 fights, and he's in tough tonight. He's cut over one eye, swollen on the other side of his face, and up Chocolatito.
He's looking for something big, right?
This is not something else that Roman Gonzalez is really good at, Roy. He seems to be almost taking a breather, even touching him, varying the speed on his punches. Setting up Cuadras, it looks for the heavy shots that follow those.
Cuadras' footwork is saving him from that big shot, Max. He usually does, and it usually lands against guys, but it's not landing against Cuadras tonight. Oh, good hook.
Discouraged, maybe Harold Letterman scored.
Okay, Max, I got it 5. Chocolatito Gonzalez. You know, Max, the problem with Cuadras is he runs so much that he doesn't get his feet. There was some good hard shots. You see what he did there? You know, he'd be winning more rounds. The problem is he's always in this fight that it's hurt his punching power. There's no doubt about it. Well, you know, of course, when they stand toe-to-toe, Chocolatito to 1, Chocolatito Gonzalez.
I think I agree with you for a couple rounds earlier in the fight. I don't think he's been running recently. I think it's been purposeful movement, excess of his own again.
Cuadras right now is in Tito. If you say right now, who would you rather be, it's favor more. That doesn't mean favor right now because he's so happy to be alive and up and well at this point in this fight that he's taking a chance which he wouldn't take.
Well, I mean, I think power better. And Chocolatito's carried his pass in the last couple rounds. I feel Cuadras is shaking up Chocolatito with his power shot. Optics, which Chocolatito over it. There's swelling. His eye is closing. And from Cuadras' face is relatively unmarked.
And the ref did come over between rounds and say that the cut was called for a punch, not a headbutt.
Well, the emotional stability of Cuadras to withstand that early where it looked like he was just being outclassed, not give up on himself, and put himself in a position now to be in a very competitive fight, although he's starting to take a little beating of this.
Good hook by Chocolatito.
And standing more toe-to-toe, or at least not running as much with Chocolatito, it puts you in range for the
era. So he want to see the fight in the phone booth anyway.
Really good back and forth round. 15 pounds, Carlos Cuadras. Considered by most the best 115-pounder in the world. If it's not Cuadras, looking on rings, the big money matchup is going to be against. Most presume it will be Chocolatito. Has fought in this fight, I could see where he's...
Can too, Max. A good shot by Chocolatito. That's why he can't stand there with Chocolatito, because if you stand there with him, he's gonna punish you.
Rudy Hernandez, normally Chocolatito's cut melody, the spirit of a fighter. And so even though movement, at times he's afraid he's gonna get a little too brave against Chocolatito. Cuadras looking at Rudy for instructions and is reminded to move his hands and then move his feet. 115-pound.
That Cuadras comes into the fight.
Big is a relative term, and it's relative here with these flyweight, super flyweight fighters. But you can see Chocolatito's power not quite.
I don't know if that's the case, Max. I have to give some of that to Cuadras. Because he's delivering some vicious shots. It's just that this kid is taking.
Could be, although I'm reminded that in his last fight, exchanged left hooks there at Cuadras, which is what he looked into the corner and Rudy Hernandez told him 9. Roy, I saw a look on Chocolatito's face I am not used to see it.
He also sees the blood coming from Cuadras' eye now too, so that would be a little bit of a confidence builder for his body. And that's what he should be doing. And it's the same thing that Cuadras should be doing, really, but both of them still seem to want to land hand shot.
Over the right eye of Cuadras, which was ruled an accidental headbutt, not the result of a punch.
A little bit there.
We have reason to believe that the cut was opened up by a punch from Chocolatito. We'll show you. Meantime, Chocolatito on the attack as usual. It's difficult to call the blow by because it's a non-stop steady stream of lefts and rights. Uppercut, left hand.
Oh, good body shot by
Cuadras doing what you wanted, Roy, going to the body with the left hand.
If he does that, he'll get better results.
Chocolatito slipping some of those shots, taking a half step, blocking with his little tap. Cuadras with the 3-4 good right hands, mixed in a left there too.
Chocolatito seems to have
good
blood.
hook, Roy.
Yeah, seems to have blood from the right ear. A good hook by Chocolatito.
Chocolatito because he's not only focusing on his offense where he's
countering off him. That's what's most devastating.
Chocolatito winning those exchanges when both fighters are fending and he's for the most part avoiding return fire. At times that hasn't been the case tonight. injuries. That was actually a question, I think, coming into this fight, fighting a bigger...
Here you see round 8, the fighters come together here, and as they come together, here's a vicious headbutt that I think caused that cut on Cuadras' right eye. But after the butt was caused around 8, here around now we see the vicious hook that made it bleed worse. You see how that opened it up? So the headbutt was called.
I was certainly incorrect when I said I thought it may, but Harold Letterman, how do you have it scored through 9?
Okay, to Chocolatito Gonzalez. You know, he just lands the harder punches. You gotta give him credit for good. Versus trying like heck, there's no question. Run a lot, and he does hold a lot. But all in all, I think Chocolatito's winning these rounds.
Running quite. There was some running earlier, and for the most part, intelligent movement. If Chocolatito's landed the harder shots, think Chocolatito's probably winning the fight on points, in spite of Cuadras' doing.
I agree with you, Max. I think he's doing some good work too. But I think Cuadras' punches to Chocolatito, all he has is a cut from the headbutt, which was Chocolatito's face is worse than we ever seen it, I think.
In the old days, the championship rounds were 13, 14, and 15. Now they're 10, 11, and 12. So we're in the championship rounds. And the question is, how will Cuadras respond? In the past, his punch output has decreased in the second half of fights. He and Rudy Hernandez know because Chocolatito's stamina is excellent. Big left hand over the top by Chocolatito. Quad open up now over the right eye combinations, and he's catching Chocolatito on the way in.
This is one hell of a boxing match. Yes, I mean, two guys really going at it. Punches coming from everywhere, hard punches, soft punches, These guys are really doing it, Max.
Good left hook to the body, Roy. A good sneaky hook to the body, and that seemed little wind out of Cuadras' sails, but he continues to throw those uppercut flurries.
I think he'll take the wind out of Cuadras here. Very spent, Max. Look.
Impressive about Cuadras here tonight, as Chocolatito knew he needed to be better than he secluded himself in Big Bear, trained with Triple G, felt he gave himself the fight of that. We have not seen his face like this. We have not seen him gassed like this.
Guy who's not used to losing, and you got to teach him how to lose. So you got to teach him how to lose, and that's not an easy thing.
There have been several that could have gone either way, I feel.
Cuadras definitely looks like the first.
And when you look like the...
Look at that. Look at that. Fucking Chocolatito right now. Something we're not used to seeing either, man.
Unfamiliar with Cuadras before tonight. Win, lose, or draw. Be quite familiar with him going forward.
Of course. And this is what I like about Chocolatito. He comes back stronger than he was before it started, you know?
Yes.
Same thing he did to Brian Valeria.
Yup.
Went through that career-ending body shot almost and came back and ended up winning by stoppage.
This is a conditioned fight. Throw high-volume combinations with force in the 11th round of a grueling fight against the top competitor. But Chocolatito seeming willing to oblige just then to take a breather. To get into the best
good body shot.
Yes, yes, yep.
That hurt. Yes, that hurt.
That's where Cuadras did.
He should have went back again.
He may.
That hurt.
Between Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez and Carlos Cuadras. Cuadras full of confidence. Something his idol and mentor Alexis Arguello was unable to do. Fighter in history has done. Big left-handly, still in the balance. Cuadras.
And bring Chocolatito down with him, because if you do all this work and you don't bring Chocolatito down onslaught, then it's going to be out of this world.
What fantastic action in the middle of the ring. And forget, Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez seemed to be hurt by a body shot and had his back on the ropes to end the 11th. Star is swinging from his heels now, giving Chocolatito counterpunching opportunities, but also giving himself a chance to win by knockout.
That's what he should have did. Doing that since round 1, Max.
Backed into the corner temporarily now, almost on the ropes, keeping his back just off them.
Good uppercut by Chocolatito.
30 seconds left in this terrific super flyweight fight.
Good fight, Max. A very good.
Both men leaving it all out in the middle of the ring. Cuadras maybe exceeded expectations of some. Was it enough?
Judge Kathy Leonard, 117-111. Max DeLuca, 116-112. Robert Hecko, 115-113. All four your winner by unanimous decision. And new WBC Super Flyweight Champion of the World, Román, el Chocolatito.